the drafting phase. This is the third series of the game. Again, a group stage. And both of the teams really needs to catch up in terms of points, just like what Sedge has said. And our pretty popular ban in here, pick in here, the Dolia finally has been banned.
And the Dolia just having a great success rate when it comes to the games, and also this Dolia providing the utility and also the support that he needs, that the team needs when it comes to the crucial team fight, and also the added assistance was there for you to have a prolonged team 5 skirmishes. And right now for the team of our Kagendra esports onto the blue side, I think the idea is just to have that safe zone. They need to secure those heroes that can easily make a immediate impact when it comes to the tower takedowns, because that's the notable problem during their series against the team MSG. So this time they need to somewhat control the laning pace and maybe to put away some towers against their opponents, because how can you win if you can demolish some towers against your opponents?
They want to reserve the towers for the next game, apparently.
Yeah.
But then again, we see a lot of respects in here for the support heroes. Pretty understandable, Zhuangzi, Daqiao. But at the same time, really, I think one of the top banned hero as well is Lam. Really high sustain. Although we did not see him win a while ago onto the hands of Digital Devils, they don't want to give it away up onto the hands of Kagendra. And look at that, Gooey Goozy first pick for Kagendra. It seems like they really have a confidence in actually securing this hero as a first pick, because we saw 0-0 did really create a lot of space and play and setups a while ago on their matchup against MSG.
Yep, and also based what you mentioned earlier, this 0-0's Gooey Goosey just having some great game. During that game number 1, he provides assistance, he provides the setups, and also that's the idea. If you are a great roamer or support for your team, you need to be the one who's initiating and also giving directions to your team and having those mechanics. He can easily somewhat provide the information and also a great place when it comes to committing to the team fights. But for the team of our Digital Devils, having the sustainability under Clash Lane with the Lianpo of Shiraishi, I guess this is a flex pick, because this Lianpo, I'm frequently seeing that Lianpo is being prioritized as Clash Lane, but you can position it to roamer for the mid lane for you to have a better crowd control immunity and also multiple knockups, multiple crowd control against the team of our Kagendra esports. But for the team of our Kagendra, Kaisaya selecting the Shangguan and also Marco Polo, they want to have the AoE and also the continuous finishing strokes connection of Senko in this game.
That's so true, but I really like in here the whether this Lianpo will go into the support or the Clash Lane, doesn't matter. I like the combination between these two, Xiaoqiao as well as the Lianpo. Imagine the Lianpo going in onto set up a team fight, and then Xiaoqiao just dishing all the AoE damage that he can do, and Emperor maybe in here onto the Consortium just reheating from the backline. But you did mention already a while ago, Shangguan in here as well as the Marco Polo. Look at the combo damage, especially if they get their second or third item later on into the game. And you know what? I really hate to see a Shangguan going online early to mid-game, because you know what can happen next.
Demolition is the next thing that can happen if you will give early kills for the Shangguan. Because of the finishing stroke, he is untouchable. He can create so much pressure and also having a quicker reflexes just to punish the squishy heroes or the most needed target against your opponent. So for me, the team of Kagendra esports selecting their first 3 pick is all about the proper positioning and proper farming during the early pacing of the game, and having a safe zone, having a better laning pace and winning those towers is crucial for them to take down this team composition of our Digital Devils. Meanwhile, for the Digital Devils, having the Concert Q, the DPS, and also the massive blow of critical hits needs to be done by this Concert Q, because the critical strikes, the physical penetration with the physical peers was one of the assets of the Concert Q. And connecting to Lianpo, as long as this Lianpo creating so much surprise attacks with the crowd control that he has, he can create so much opportunities for Concert Q to deal a lot of artillery damage against the members of our Kagendra esports. But for the Kagendra, just settling for their last 2 picks, selecting the heroes that they needed, they are settling for the Clash Lane. I think that will be a Byron, or maybe this is a Luna jungling or jungler for the team of our Kagendra. So they wanna have a better chase down effect. They want to have a better initiation, but at the same time, quick burst against those squishy heroes, against the team of our Digital Devils. And what will be the answer for the Digital Devils, Kaisaya?
We'll have to think about that, but I guess they need an additional assassin in here. There goes, we can see a locked in here already with the Zilong. But then again, I like how they added up in here on the side of Kagendra, the Byron, as an additional frontliner, because I think Gubaguzi will be having a hard time if he's going to be the one only going for the setup and the team play and the frontlining for the rest of the assassins in here. But I like both of the lineups in here. Both of them has some strategy, more on the assassination for the side of Kagendra, and in here seems like for the side of team Digital Devils, they're gonna go on a front to back kind of play. So they're gonna utilize the Mayin as well as the Lianpo as a front line. But I think we have yet to see how they're gonna manage the early stage of the game, because we saw a while ago, right? Like Digital Devils up against Team Breakers, they would go in some aggressive plays as well. They would steal off the jungle camps of their opponent, and I guess with their Zilong in their lineup too, I think that's kind of a good opportunity for them to start off. But I think they just need to avoid giving the first few kills for the Shangguan.
I agree with you, Kaisaya, because during the early series that we have, the early games that we witnessed in this day number 1 for the Kings of Underground, Shangguan, I think that's close to 90% success rate when it comes to winning those selection battles for the team that can handle the Shangguan well, because the early spikes, the damage output coming from the finishing stroke, and also the backline assassination was there to be a great factor to deal and break the system of your opponent. And for the Kagendra Esports, selecting the Marco Polo, he needs to step up in this game, because during that second series for 0-0, even though that he tries his best, but there's a lot of targeting, there's a lot of pressure being loaded on him. So this time, he needs to have a presence of mind and maybe to have a better scaling during the early pacing of the game. But the Digital Devils needs to be cautious in this game as well, because they have also the scaling hero with the Emperor's Consort Q, because this Consort Q is item dependent. You need two physical items that can easily add some damage output with the enhanced basic attack, and also dealing critical hits against your opponents.
But we gotta love that's still coming up from Queen as well as Shirasi onto the jungle camp of Team Kagendra. And they're even trying to go for that Fire Beacon to the jungle camp of Kagendra as well. I think this is a good rotation coming from Digital Devils. They on a 200 gold lead. Not much, but I think this is a good play that they're in right now.
Yup, and for the team of our Kagendra Esports, even though that they have a slow start when it comes to the gold, but when it comes to the rotation, they are not letting the Digital Devils to have some overextension, or maybe just to have some scratches on their towers for this game. So I think they learned their lesson during the second series, and Digital Devils having that upside that, okay, we need to have a better start, but we need to be consistent in those crucial fights. Another bombardment with the bullets connecting for the team of our Kagendra against the Digital Devils. Marco Polo 0-0 with the 0 bullets connected to the head of our Digital Devils, being chased down by the members of our Kagendra. But the crucial crowd control coming from Xiao Kiao Queen, just eliminating the members of our Kagendra. And another
really nice
finishing stroke.
survival.
Senko with the Shangguan finishing stroke connecting to 2. That is Light, and also Emperor being caught off guard.
This is going to be an interesting match because our carriers are actually getting the kills that they need. We talk about 0-0 getting the first blood of the game, not even having his fevered barrage yet. But look at this. Let's take a look at the action that just happened. So much space. A lot of members on the side of Digital Devils actually super low already, forcing them to back away. But then again, Xiao Kiao, because the space is created for them, going to get some kills. But double kill for both of the mid laners. So I think this is going to be, an exciting battle between our mid laners and how they're going to move forward from this advantage right now.
And for the advantage, the team of Kagendra Esports having that confidence right now that we have the damage output, we have the basic attacks that connecting, and another fevered barrage coming from 0-0, just soaking it to the body of Shiraishi, and you can't afford as a Lianpo to have that early downscale when it comes to the early pacing, because the itemization was lacking on your side. And when it comes to the sustainability and crowd control, you need to be effective on those crucial moments. But how can you effective if this kinds of offense being
Oh,
provided by
real
the
nice
Kagendra,
play.
and the Shangguan being targeted by the tower, and that's unfortunate for the
Yeah.
Senko.
Real nice strategy by Light in there as the Mayin. At least that is a shutdown up against Senko, and that is a gold take away from him. But Queen really needs to be very careful. 1v2 situation. No, you don't want that to be shut down. He's got double kill as well. So both of our mid laners in here already taken away from their double kill a while ago. But yeah, look at the lead right now. The gold lead is actually under the hands of Kagendra as of the moment.
And right now, just learning the process for the Kagendra and seeing the damage output onto the top lane, we saw a off-cam kill from the hands of the Byron, and Digital Devils being pressured once more. Another assassination with another stroke coming from Zenko, just providing the kill, 8-3 kill scoreline. This is favorable right now for the Kagendra. They learned their lesson, and right now, they are continuously punishing the Digital Devils.
That is so true. And again, we were talking about Senko Zhangguan really going online, and he got more kills just within 4-minute game time. Mid-game time now. This is a good tower take on the side of Kagendra, but I guess this is not yet late for Digital Devils. So Emperor later on, if we wait for him onto the late game stage of the game, I mean, Vaulting Shot definitely will be something to help him out in terms of taking down assassins, at least squishy assassins. But I think more protection is very much needed, coming from Shirahashi as well as a Light. But we'll see about that because, as you can see, Kagendra just dominating the map right now.
And being safe at all costs. That's the main idea for the team of our Digital Devils that needs to protect this Emperor in this game. Because of the vaulting shot, it can manage to somewhat shut down those squishy heroes and also tank heroes against the members of our Kagendra, and another takedown with the Silang initiating in, receiving a lot of damage, and Shiraishi soaking up the damage coming from Weeby Gumball with those suppressions coming from the ultimates. Another shield with the extra on-hit slows being produced by the members of our Kagendra with the flank, with the second tier, with the lane cutting. OMG, this is looking tough right now. What will be the solution of Digital Devils in this kinds of aggression that Kagendra just gaining from that game?
They really need to make a cross-map play in here. They're having a hard time right now in terms of the itemization, but a skirmish happening as of the moment. Will they push through? That's going to be very dangerous because look at that! Gooey Goosey creating a setup play once more, giving the Shangguan a kill, so as is Marco Polo. Not even enough, look at that. Shirahashi, super low. Okay, he will survive, but that created a space to actually make a push onto the middle lane part of the map as well. At least the wave, not just the tower.
Muffers just connecting the right placement of that out of sight, just opening the setup for the team of our Kagendra, and having the favored barrage. The AoE damage was there and sufficient against the members of our Digital Devils, and another tower dive being produced. And oh, Shangguan with the finishing stroke, finishing the life of Shiraishi. What will be the counterplay for the team of our Kagendra and Digital Devils? Looking forward to have some fight back, but there is no hope right now because of that Rhapsody and Ozo 0-0 favored barrage with the connection of Senko's finishing stroke, stroking down the members of Digital Devils on that last sequence.
Yes, too much, too much damage in here from 0-0 as well as Senko as well. That Shirahashi as well as Light is having a hard time in terms of, soaking in the damage. Queen, quite unfortunate. I mean, she got the lead a while ago. Emperor, we have yet to see her go online, but having a tough time because, again, there's no towers down yet from the side of Kagendra, and they need a push. But they're having a tough time. They need to create a plane here, but the question is how? Because, the damage is already massive coming from our damage dealers. 0-0 as well as Senko from the side of Kagendra.
Offense Kaisaya is the key for the team of our Kagendra. They're just continuously punishing the Digital Devils, and also just returning the favor. Another setup with the favored barrage, just taking away the life of Blaze, and once more Consort Q being taken down by the members of our Kagendra. One by one, 2 members down for the Digital Devils. Kagendra Esports just surging for the redemption that they feel right now for our game number 1.
Here's the thing. I think the future, any team meets Kagendra again, they need to respect their gooey goosey. Muffers is just really good in actually setting up plays and communicating with his teammates and using this particular hero. So well, so good.
Yup, the out of sight, the ultimate coming from Gooey Goosey, just creating wonders for them to somewhat cut off where the members of our Digital Devils, but Shangguan, Senko going for the overextension with the catch, another punishment with the shutdown defeated, shutdown also with the bolting shot coming from Emperor, the backline damage was there, but godlike, being served by 0-0, just red hot on those bullets, connecting the Fevered Barrage and also those Rhapsody, just creating good melodies against the members of our Digital Devils.
That's so true. No tower down yet. What can they do? This is too much gold lead right now. We're talking about 9k gold lead in favor of Kagendra right now. We need a farm in here. Look at this. We're talking about almost, I mean, it's level 13. That's the highest on the side of Kagendra. And the highest for the side of Digital Devils is just 11. It's Queen. And we have yet to see Emperor also go online. Blazer had a hard time as well. He didn't get a farm. But I think they need to create a cross-map play in here. Have to hide in the bushes. But it's easier said than done, of course, because the members of Kagendra, they have the Gooey Goosey trying to set up some plays. And just like as we see it right now.
And right now, another takedown being captured by the members of our Digital Devils. Lianpo going down as well. The Rhapsody connecting with Shangguan with the finishing stroke, just stroking down the members of our Digital Devils. Then the tower dive once more. Just the effectivity and also the confidence was overloading the members of our Digital Devils, and Kagendra just pushing the base.
This is gonna be
right
it,
now
man.
with the members of our Digital Devils, and I think the 5-man wipeout being captured against the Digital Devils, and also the favor.
Ooh.
OMG, Kagendra Esports gets the game number 1.
Yes, indeed. And that was really flawless, to be honest. We saw some, and in the early stages of the game, we saw some exchanges, especially onto our mid laners, Queen on the Xiaoqiao, as well as our Shangguan on the side of Team Kagendra. But the moment when we saw that Marco Polo also got the kills that he very much needed, you know, it was just obliteration coming from whenever there's an opportunity, coming from Marco Polo as well as Shangguan, creating, you know, dishing off the damage. But I really gotta commend Gooey Goosey on that one. I mean,
Muffers.
Yeah, he's so good in actually setting up plays, communicating with his teammates. I think it would be lovely. It would hear them actually how they command in the game. Like, okay, we set up here. Right? Like how are they doing all the comms in the game? So I think it's pretty interesting. I think this should be respected in the future, but doesn't matter because they pick it anyway. This is a global ban pick mode, so there is no chance for Kagendra anymore to actually use Gooey Goosey in the next game.
And mentioning Maffer's effectivity during that game number 1, the combination of that out of sight, just quick invisibility with his teammates, then go for the Animist, the second skill, just creating so much stuns, frontliners of our Digital Devils. And even though Shaira Ishii having the Lianpo, he can go for the crowd control immunity because the early attacks coming from Gooey Goosey's first with the Animus and also out of sight, surprisingly shredding down the stanky hero Lianpo for the team of our Digital Devils by the courtesy of the game number 1. So I think big game adjustments for the team of our Digital Devils is undermined, so they need to address the problem during the game number 1. And I think just the biggest problem that they experienced during the game number 1, the tower takedowns and also the laning pace. Kagendra, on that second series, they lost against the MSG, and by the time they cannot get any towers against the MSC. So Kagendra learned their lesson.
Yes.
During the game number 1, okay.
They flip the situation now.
Flip the situation right now. We experienced that. We will experience it to other teams, not on our side. And they expose or they disseminate that experience against the Digital Devils. So I think big adjustments for the team of our Digital Devils for the game number 2.
But do take note, I mean, all of the games from the Group A will be played today. There are 6 series today. We are just almost halfway, guys. And we will know by the end of this group stage, we will know who's the team who's actually going to move forward. Top 2 teams who's going to move forward to the playoffs. So each points matter. You really can just slack off and just, you know, just randomly ban or randomly pick or just go out of your way or out of your mind when playing the game. But then again, that was just game 1. There's still hope for the Philippine team, Digital Devils. And to those asking, Team Breaker is actually, or rather Kagendra is actually coming from Indonesia. representing their country as well. And we already have so far finished the match between Team Breaker Digital Devils for match 1, MSG versus Kagendra match 2 as well. What's the hope on game 2, Sedge? I mean, is there anything you think that they should do, like especially Digital Devils?
For me, for the team of our Digital Devils, I think their strength during that game, that series number 1 against Team Breakers, on having a early pacing of the game, is a well-balanced team composition and also high mobile heroes. Because you saw that the Digital Devils during that game number 1 here for the third series against the Kagendra, they are being outmaneuvered by the members of our Kagendra. When it comes to the movement speed, I think they need to maximize the proper pathing and also proper assistance and proper relocation throughout the jungle resources, and also to put some pressure pokes to the side lane for the clash lane and also the farm lane. So I think the fast rotation needs to be considered by the team of our Digital Devils for them to somewhat turn the tides and maybe take away the game number 2. But for the Kagendra Esports, they realized the problem that they experienced during the series number 2, and for the game number 1, I think they learned their lessons and they manifest that, okay, we make sure that this game will be on our side, will be favorable on our side. So I think they need to continuously do their good things during that game number 1, and I think for the Kagendra, it's all about building up the confidence, and that's a good momentum setter for them.
Yeah, that's true. But I think also I need to add up on the side of Digital Devils, the cross-map play. I think that's the one mainly lacking as well. Whenever there's a play being done by Team Kagendra on the other side of the map, I think they need to do some advanced thinking in here, wherein, okay, we're just going to go for the cross-map play, get another objective if you're going to go for that. At least that will even out, if not, overtake in terms of the lead or so. At least there's an exchange in terms of the objectives. But again, easier said than done because they're the one experiencing the game in itself. But again, I think really commendable gooey goozy play onto our Muffers player from the side of Team Kagendra, and we'll see about that. For the meantime, I think we want to shout out everyone who's watching and supporting the stream.
Yeah.
This is a community-led event, and we thank you for all your support. So I think we just want to give a few shout-outs to Sakti, Babal, Psychedelica, Reggie Miranda, who's also the coach of Team Digital Devil. Shout-outs to everyone supporting the stream. Also, Erika, Reen. You guys are amazing, and everyone on the back end of the stream as well. We're not yet done. This is again a best of 3 series, each of the teams wanting to get a point.
And also, for our viewers, please do share the live of our HOK Underground, and also follow the page for us to enlarge the community of HOK, especially for the Kings of Undergrounds. And we're looking forward for multiple seasons for the Kings of Underground to enhance and also to expose those hidden gems when it comes to the grassroots of HOK. And I know there's a lot of teams, especially for the Southeast Asia, that has a lot of potential. So I think this is a great platform, Kaisaya, for them to be exposed and also to showcase their talents and also their grind when it comes to playing competitively on HOK. And right now, we're heading for the game number 2 for our third series. Is it the game ender, the series ender closer for the team of our Kagendra Esports from the Indonesia, or the Team Philippines of the Digital Devils will reclaim or force the initial or the first best of 3 or the game 3 for our Kings of Underground Season 1 here at the day number 1 Bracket A group stages.
Zhangfei first ban in here up against Team Kagendra. Interesting, but I think that's also kind of like okay ban, because there's usually there will be respect on the Dakyao, but I think when Digital Devils saw that, okay, that's how they play Dakyao a while ago up against MSG, okay, we're not gonna ban it, maybe you can take it away if you want, but we're not gonna give you the Princess Frost. Shangguan, who made some really great plays a while ago from game 1, that is an ideal and good ban up against Team Digital Devils, because we saw how the mid laner queen of Digital Devils play, Xiao Kiao. She was really good as well, onto actually going for aggressive plays and winning the lane and going for ganks and play together with a teammate. But Lamb, understandable, and But this time, looks like it's gonna be Digital Devils gonna show Team Kagendra how to actually play a Dakia. What do you think, Sedge?
For me, for the team of our Digital Devils, I think highly high reward for them. If this hero will work as much as possible, I think the power spikes was there, and he can absolutely help the team when it comes to the prolonged team fight skirmishes. And for the Kagendra Esports, the idea is have a two picks that can somehow create some confusion against the team of our digital devils in this game, and settling for the early. I think they want to have a better safe zone and also better damage output tilt against the digital devils. And 0-0 during the game number 1, Kaisaya, he plays well. The placement of the attacks and also the positioning, the right targeting, and dealing massive critical strikes was too vital under offense for the team of our Kagendra. So might as well secure the hero of 0-0 for us to somewhat came up with a good composition that really can protect this RD for this game. But for the team of our Digital Devil selecting the Byron, I think Byron, during that game number 1, Wiwi Gumbo played it well. The siding pressure, the quick response, the zoning potential, and also the knockups was there. And also the slow effects was too good for that Wiwi Gumbo's Byron. So this time they will steal that and try to be effective and aggressors during the during our game number 2.
That's true. And I see in here that for the side of Team Kagendra, they already have the early to mid power with the Mai Shiranui, and they have the late secure with the Arlie. Gotta love the Zhuangzi support that they have secured in here as well. Kind of generic, but at the same time, for the side of Team Digital Devils, they have the Byron for the tanky frontline too. But again, Arlie is also late game, so that's gonna hurt a lot up against the Byron. But I like the ban and pick also on ban on the Princess Frost, and then the pick for the Lady Zen.
Lady Zen.
Okay, there's no winter is here coming from the Princess Frost, but at least in here, Lady Zen will actually dish up some some snow and frozen or CC in here up against Team Kagendra. Though again, it's all about the execution. We have yet to see the last 2 peaks of these 2 teams.
And for the last 2 picks, I think for the team of our Kagendra Esports, they need to settle on their bread and butter play. And during the game number 1, fast-paced offense, but at the same time, tower takedown mindset is one of their key factors that settled them the game number 1. And having the Jing on their side, I think the continuous punishment and also a quick shutdown against Queen is one of those things that they are focusing more, because this Queen, if Lady Jen just having a great snowball potential during the early game, I think he can deal so much damage output, he can deal so much pokes against those much needed targets. Especially you have the frontliner very tanky for Moffers, but at the same time the pokes, the destructive Frost, the destructive Deluge was there, and also having the damage and also core control coming from Queen. As he will be efficient in this game, I think he can make so much impact in this game.
Yeah. Garo, though, is a farm laner of Team
Ooh.
Digital Devils in here. Pretty new hero. Actually, the latest hero that we have in a global server. But, you know, she needs to be very careful, especially with the assassins on the side of Team Kagendra. They got the Jing, they got the Mai Shiranui. Garo, I mean, not so mobile hero.
Yeah.
But then again, I
The range.
think there is so much protection. The range is there, yes, but I think she needs to be well protected in here by either you know, the mid laner or the support coming from the side of Digital Devils in here. So there's a lot of work for them to give that protection that the farm laner needs to have in such a way they have a secure on the late game stages of the game. And I think they need to work on shutting down the Arlie the soonest as possible and not give him the farm that she needs in the farm lane.
And speaking of the Arlie, the skilleering, the autumn storm, you have the offensive and defensive wear for this ultimate, because you can create knockback against those targeted heroes that are being planted by that ultimate coming from the RD. So I think it's all about the right connection and right placement of the attacks for the both teams, and especially the alignment of the itemization. You need to build those items that can easily penetrate or maybe downgrade the possible defensive and also offensive strikes of your opponents. And for the Digital Devils, they have the Byron, they have the Lady Gen, and also having the siding pressure as well they need to maximize all the resources, the poking factors, and also the artillery for them to somewhat slow things out against Kagendra in this game.
You can see it in the mid lane, there's an upper advantage in the Maishira Nui. As we talked a while ago, there is the early game advantage as they have it. I mean, Lady Zen is already half life, but nice attempt on actually stealing away the jungle camp of Blazing there, the Dune, which also can get tankier on the late game stages of the game, mid to late game stages of the game. Mix up the Byron as well as the Dune, that's gonna be really tanky. And if 0-0 is actually shut down, not given the farm that she needs, it's gonna be a problem for Team Kagendra. So I think if they want to win this game and end up the game or series rather in a 2-0 score, they need to give 0-0 the kills that she needs.
Indeed.
So far, yeah, it is like pretty stale right now in the early stages of the game.
And exactly, as you mentioned, Kaisaya, the spacing from 0-0 members, especially Muffers and Wirao, and also Wee Gumball, needs to have that high proficiency, because if they provided a safe zone for 0-0, the itemization was there, and what do you call this? Initiation coming from Wee Gumball, I think they can create so much space and also free hit factor coming from 0-0 to somewhat downgrade or maybe lower the HP bars of our Digital Devils in this game. But for the Digital Devils, I think they need to settle to win every lanes and also be careful and wait for the power spikes of the Garo, because Garo is one of those heroes that newly on our global server but has a long range attacks that can easily destruct the members of our Kagendra in this game. But seeing the pressure onto the jungle area, another stash is being provided, and once more with the Dharma, with a combination of punches just punishing the members of our Digital Devils, and another stash with the taunts, another knockup was there, and also the trade Dharma going down. Wee Gumball just gambling his life, but I think the double kill will be favorable for Zenko as he will take down multiple members against the Digital Devils.
Pretty messy fight that happened in the jungle camp of Digital Devils, but there's a lot of exchange of kills. But what they have to worry now is the Mai Shiranui going online. Senko actually getting a double kill from that series of skirmishes. Although we can see 0-0 as well as Emperor just waiting for their farm before they can join in team fights. I think it is time for Digital Devils to actually try to shut down Senko the soonest as possible as well. In the meantime, there is a play that's about to happen in the bottom lane part of the map. It seems, nope, they will not. Just a little bit of visitation in here and there.
Just being relaxed in this moment. Digital Devils needs to be being calm in this game, I think, for this time being, because the Kagendra Esports having that aggression on their side, because they know their power spikes, and also they need to put some pressure for them to be able to give some space for 0-0 to farm well, and also to have a lane clearing potential. But seeing the damage output coming from the members of our Kagendra, and also this Queen receiving a lot of damage, 1/4 HP bar left. What a continuous damage.
It's 1 peso coin, as we sometimes call it in Tagalog cast. But yeah, here we go. There's a space created for 0-0 though, even though, this is already past 4-minute game time, but they're gonna go for a clash. Oh no, Garo will fall down. What about that?
What about that? Kaisaya just punishing the knockback coming from Zenko with the deadly brush. He waits for Emperor to reveal himself with the Garo, and also we know that lack of mobility is the biggest problem for this new hero, and also the team of Kagendra just focusing on, okay, you are not so mobile, so we're just waiting to rebuild yourself, and also go for the dashing skills and also the knockup setups coming from Zenko, and it connect perfectly for the team of our Kagendra.
That is so true. Perfect for Senko getting more kills on his hands. And don't forget, it's not just Senko that is gonna be her problem, because Wirao is also here, the Jing. But meantime, you can see, oh no, this is a dangerous position for the side of Digital Devils. They will not go for that secure on the Tyrant, however, and the clash continues. Here we go.
OMG, this is looking tough right now. Another dive, the skill layering, and also the skill connection, just distracting the members of our Digital Devils in this game. And having that multiple AoE, the siding pressure, and also the spacing, that's what we call the protection to 0-0 code being preserved by the members of our Kagendra Esports. Just focusing to, okay, just farm well, win the siding pressure against this Garos Emperor, and we will have a better chance to deal some damage output against the members of our Digital Devils. But Queen receiving a lot of damage once more against Zenko. The knockback and also the continuous punishment was there. Two brilliant offense coming from the Kagendra.
Oh no, Byron is in a bad spot right now. Light will he be able to survive, trying to chase away, but got pushed back by the Arlie, and he will fall down into forehand member of Team Kagendra. I think I did not see that coming. I think Digital Devils members should have mentioned, okay, members are going up top, you gotta be very careful. But you're not stopping in here, Sedge, because...
Oh no!
Okay, Blaze almost dying again. Oh,
This is looking tough right now. This is looking tough right now, Kaisaya. We're seeing that the team of our Kagendra Esports just invading and also surprisingly attacking the members of our Digital Devils, just forcing the team fight. They know their power spikes. They have the lead when it comes to the damage output, and just like that, another slashes coming from our Hero, just slicing and dicing and cutting the head of Queen on that last sequence. And unfortunate sequence of events, a 0-0, just looking forward to push through and take down this most important tower against the Digital Devils, but the Digital Devils not letting that happen for that time being. But still, the continuous pressure, the mobility, and also the right placement of attacks, that's the strength right now for the team of our Kagendra.
There's a lot of third takes already, just 6-minute game time, and now I think the question, what can Team Digital Devils do? That's what we usually do on a team that is less dominating in a particular match. I think in here, Gara and Pearl really just need to wait for his time to shine, but look at this. Oh, look at his corner sandwich game.
What a sandwich play coming from the Dharma, and also the connectivity with the skill layering, just focusing mark and also shutting down the members of our Digital Devils, and the tower onto the middle lane being exposed and being hunted down by the members of our Kagendra, and Wirao just focusing to have some side lane pressure to secure the second tier turret onto the bottom lane. The map coverage, the map ownage coming from the Kagendra was too brutal right now against the Digital Devils, and seeing the gold lead, Kaisaya, this is mounting close to 6,000 gold. This is so much for the team of our Kagendra, and looking forward, they will try to secure the second tier turret onto the middle lane.
And I think something is happening up top right now, because Arlie in action. Oh, Dune, actually he's quite surviving anyway. The Overlord is free, but that's not their priority right now for the side of Kagendra. They want to push off the lanes, make sure they shove it away, and not leave any room for Digital Devils to roam around and farm around. So this is gonna hurt a lot. This is gonna slow down even further what Digital Devils can do to farm, and they still away the Overlord right now, giving them a chance to even push even better.
And seeing the strategy that Kagendra Esports conducted against Digital Devils, it's all about the continuous push through and also focusing on the invasion on the jungle camp, and they are successfully just evading and invading the privacy of our Digital Devils, especially the jungle objectives, and 11-2 kill scoreline. This is a brutal massacre coming from the Kagendra, and they experience to be dominantly single-handedly punished by the members of MSG during that second series. But right now, they realize that, okay, we learned our lessons, we need to back on our bread and butter play, and we need to show our nation that Indonesia is strong against the Team Philippines. And right now, they are looking forward to somewhat cement the 2-0 sweep against the Digital Devils.
Now the question is, what play can Digital Devils do in here? This is usually the hard part when you have a Dakyao in here onto the losing side as of the moment, because of course the portal in here, where are you gonna put it? Usually you will use it not to actually set up a bush fight or anything, because you're just in the base, right? Usually we just now use it to actually to port onto a safe place, but hold the thought, because we see a fight happening right now, it seems. Oh, shut down!
What a shutdown, but the counterplay being served by the members of our Kagendra Esports 1v1 trade, as we mentioned, and the ceasefire, the calmness on the storm was being felt by the members of our Digital Devils, but still Kagendra Esports just maximizing and also just focusing to have the upper hand and also enhance the lead against the Digital Devils in this game. And for the Digital Devils, they need to prolong the game. They need to wait for that opening that the Kagendra will slip away the skirmishes, and maybe to have a proper counter retaliation play. And also for the Digital Devils, if they shut down multiple members against the Kagendra, I think if they close the gap when it comes to the gold, it will be a good fight back for them. But how can they fight back if the team of Kagendra just focusing right now on the objectives, just securing those necessary objectives such as the Overlord, and the minion vanguard was there, but seeing the dawn, another slashes being connected, but right now another flash
Oh,
out.
he still
Wiwi
survived with
Gumbo,
Dharma.
piso na lang, OMG.
Oh, yes, but hold the thought because Arlie will finally go down. So was Zenko a while ago, and that was actually Emperor getting the kill. Seems like there's a light of hope in here for the side of Digital Devils, but hold the thought because Jing! Oh, he will also be punished by Garo. Is this a light of hope for Garo? That is the question. But they've got a Shadow Vanguard that has to be yet to be defeated up top.
Garo just punishing Wira on that last sequence. The skill airing with the Spear of Purity, the unlimited range was there. I think he needs more items for him to somewhat deal so much critical damage and also high basic attack against the squishy heroes and tanky heroes of Kagendra for him to knock down those HP bars for this Garo. And for me, Byron Light needs to give the light for the team of our Digital Devils, even though he has a better placement when it comes to the first build suppression, but at the same time, it will provide you extra shield and also slow effect on the AoE targeted heroes that being bombed by that first build suppression. But for the team of our Kagendra, I think they are realizing that we have better jungle resources takedown against Digital Devils. We have Brooded map coverage, so it's all about waiting for the objective, taking down the enhanced tyrant, and wait for the call of the overlord to somewhat create some pushing lanes against the members of our Digital Devils. And the remaining base turrets needs to be protected by the Digital Devils. They can't afford to lose one base turret, the high ground tower on their side, because it will create so much problem. The super minions will arrive on their base if this base turret will be exposed.
That is so true. But as we're seeing right now, Emperor Garo already actually getting some kills onto the members of Team Kagendra. She's getting the power spike that she needs onto the late game stage. I think now what Digital Devils need to do to make a comeback in here is to just play into the high ground, but avoid actually getting killed in here. But hold thought, team fight happening. Is this what we're looking for?
Gambling, we gamble to have that flank and also aggression against the members of our Digital Devils, but that will pay off because the base turret, the high ground turret onto the middle lane being chased down by the members of our Kagendra, but another chase down with the multiple cuts, cutting the head of Wira on the classic ones, but still the base turret being exposed right now onto the middle lane. Garo going down for the side of our Digital Devils, and for the Kagendra, just the monstrous performance being served, and another attack with Senko punishing this Shiraishi, and this is looking tough right now.
Now it's all alone. Unfortunately, okay, there are a few minion waves in here. There goes the cannon as well, trying to hit on the base as well. Oh no, unfortunately, he will not be able to save the crystal, and this is it. It's gonna be a 2-0 score in favor of Kagendra. What a match. What a clean sweep.